Hey there everybody, Mr. Kowalczyk here with another video for Business Math. This will be our last Business Math video for Chapter 10, and today we are in Section 8. What we're talking about today is total monthly housing costs, and if a family is doing really good with paying their bills. You see, sometimes families spend more money than what they actually can afford. Why? Well, it's because sometimes they get confused about what's really a priority and what's not. For example, paying your mortgage bill, that's a priority because what's the mortgage? It's the loan that you took out to buy your house. So you better pay for that. You better pay for insurance. You better pay your real estate taxes. And you better pay your electric bill. Yes, you probably need some sort of a phone, so maybe it's a home phone or a cell phone, but make sure you're getting a good deal and you don't need all the bells and whistles necessarily. Keep that in mind. You might have to pay for your water bill. Maybe you have cable TV or internet. I know at my house we have internet. We don't do cable TV because we know that we can't afford it and it's not a priority. You might have gas bill, and we're not talking about gas for your car. What we're talking about is the gas that goes to maybe heat your house, or the gas that is used to work your oven and your stove. And then, you might have some unexpected expenses come up from time to time. Maybe you need to fix your roof. Maybe you need to replace a water heater or a dishwasher or refrigerator or something. So all of those things are considered housing expenses. And as you can tell, and if you were paying attention, I was actually talking about these housing expenses right here. I just went through and listed those basically. Those are things that you have to spend money on when you live in a house. Now, what we're looking at today is finding a person's total monthly costs. Total monthly costs. In other words, how much are they spending on their home each month? That's the big thing that we're looking for. How much are they spending on their home each month? After that, we're going to try and figure out the FHA recommendation. The Federal Housing Administration is an organization that kind of gives info and provides services for people for their home. And one of the things that they do is they have a recommended amount of money that a person should be spending on their home each month. And that recommended amount is usually 35% of whatever they bring home and pay. And so, if you and your spouse each have a job and you bring home a total of $3,000 a month, well then you should only be spending about 35% of that $3,000 on housing stuff, on housing costs like these. So what we're going to look at today is number one, once again, how much money is this family spending on housing costs each month? Number two, what should they be spending each month? And then number three, you're either going to write a yes or a no. Are they within the FHA recommended amount? Are they within the FHA recommended amount? So, let's jump right in. Yes, we'll be using these steps up here, and we'll be using the data that they're giving us. So, Manny's housing expenses for the month of May are listed below. Okay, and that's these right here. That's all those. His monthly take-home pay is $4,599.50. So, what is this person's total monthly costs? Well, what we have got to do is add. And I mean add. We're going to add $751 plus $380 plus $1,200. Now I'm going to pause for a second. I just typed out these numbers in red. Hopefully you understand that I'm getting them from right here where my mouse is moving. I'm going to add up all of these. But here's the thing. Right there, that $1,200, I got to hit the pause button. That's not right. That $380, that's not right. You want to know why? Because what it says up here, and I'll just kind of delete this out for a second so you really understand this. What it says up here is for the year. You see, for these two, We're not talking about the month of May. We're talking for the year. We want to know their monthly costs. So you may need to kind of hold on the brakes and pump them a little bit just to be sure. Just to be sure that you're getting everything correctly, okay? I'll put these with orange right there to kind of help us. So let me get back into that, what we were doing. Once again, yes, 751. But for this one, we need to do some dividing. What we need to do is take 380 and divide it by however many months are in a year. 12. All right? 12. There we go. I believe we're going to have to do pretty much the same exact thing for the 1200. We're going to take the 1200, divide it by 12. All right? Now, you can do that math, and if you want, write it right underneath using your calculator, and we'll do that in a moment. But I'm going to continue to punch in the numbers. 55, 88, 82, 65, 37, 67. All right, doing good. $68 even. 23.75. And then, one last one. Dishwasher. Now, as I was saying, we can probably take that 380 and just write what it actually converts to underneath. And what it converts to is $31.67. By the way, I had to round that. And that one's $100. So now, I can take every single one of these numbers and add them up. Whew, I get a big amount of money. My answer for this, put in the dollar sign after I've added it all up, is $1,517.50. We are looking really good. Now, we can move on. Oh, and by the way, I kind of messed up there. I forgot to put down that that was step 1. All right, for step 2, what we need to do is take the family's net pay. That's the green number. That's the green number that I underlined. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply that times 35%. But as a reminder, we have to get rid of the percent sign by moving the decimal over. So it becomes 0.35. So I take 0.35 and I multiply it times the green number. And what I get is 1,609.825. I have to do a little bit of rounding there, it looks like. There we go. So far we've done step 1 and we've done step 2. This is how much Manny and his family spend on their house each month. This is what they should spend. Looks like he's doing pretty good, doesn't it? He's under what he should spend according to the FHA. According to the FHA, he's doing pretty good. So let's read letter C and make sure we answer it correctly. Are the monthly costs within the FHA recommendation? Is Manny and his family spending within the FHA recommendation? The answer is yes. And that's all you got to put for this one. You don't have to show any work. You can just put yes. Because I think you can eyeball it and see, yeah. Letter A is definitely less than letter B. So we get to write down the word yes. Now, if at any time you feel like you need to pause this and kind of go back and figure this out, I would do so, especially right here. If people just go to the end of the video and they just look at this, they might get confused about that part that I just circled in blue. So, you might need to go back and rewatch some of this if you get confused. Thanks so much and have a great day.